this is our second summer concert series for the year. We're joined by Women in World Jazz tonight. I'm very excited about this performance. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to our friends at the Scituate Town Library. If you have been to one of the concerts, you probably heard me say this a lot, but we couldn't do any of the programming that we do at the library, not a single thing without the friends. So when you're supporting them at the bookstore, when you're donating to their donor drives, you're allowing us to provide all of these great programs to the community. So thank you and thank them, and then they have some very special people to thank as well.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm Suzanne Russell, the president of the Friends. As you can see, these are the wonderful local sponsors who put up the money for this concert series this summer. We also had a wonderful art auction at the library in May. Some of you may have noticed it, and I wanted to thank all the artists. There were more than 20 artists who donated their own original artwork for the auction, and the generous members of the community who were able to purchase that and enjoy it in their homes now. So thank you all very much for coming, and I hope you enjoy the show.
He was the first diplomat that the Indians had seen. If they had lost the dreams, then I really wouldn't know. Gotta admit that was a long time ago. They had no pigs in Boston, plenty of fish, Chinese food, if that's your dish. Steaks and chops are a beautiful thing, but I couldn't find any Boston beans there.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to be here. As Jesse mentioned, we're Women in World Jazz, and we are bringing jazz music, but not only jazz music, some folk music from around the world to you today. And does anyone know what is special about our selection, our repertoire? No, okay, so you're all here because you trusted Jesse to bring a good band, right? Okay, So Women in World Jazz is an award-winning group. What we're out to do is bring women compositions into audiences here in Massachusetts. So this is our mission. We've been going at it for about 10 years. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary this coming year. And today we presented a wonderful composer that is mostly known as a vocalist, Miss Peggy Lee. And as you can hear, she loves Boston, but she was out to get Boston beans, and she found everything else in Boston except for Boston beans. All right, now we're going to take you to a different part of the world. That was a visit with Peggy Lee in Boston, and we're venturing to Cuba with amazing, amazing vocalist and composer and a playmaker named Celia Cruz. Anybody heard of Celia Cruz? Okay. So she hails from Cuba. She became pretty famous, and at some point she moved to the U.S. and she was part of the Fania Records. Fania Records are the famous records that featured Latin performers, composers, band leaders, and in fact, back in the 60s and 70s, she was the only woman that was featured in Fania Records. The song Soy Altiana is a song that she did not write. Her colleague, I guess you can call it, but she was a fellow vocalist, Marlene Pupo, wrote the song. The song's message is beautiful. It is sung in Spanish, and we will talk about, it doesn't matter where you're from. You can be Antiana, Dominicana, different islands, okay? You can hail from different islands, but we all one people. We really love the message. Celia Cruz made this one very, very famous. And just a tidbit of interesting things about Celia Cruz, if you look at the post, different stamps that came to honor individuals, Celia Cruz was honored, together with a lot of other women. I have the stamp, look it up in Google and you'll find her stamp. She's a beautiful woman. Please check out her music. We're going to present Soy Antiana. No te So this is Silvia Cruz, written by Marlene Pupo, and for the Spanish speakers here, no debe haber separación, no puede haber definición. It doesn't matter, there's no definition, there's no separation, we're all one people. All right, yes, that's a good message. We're going to take you to a different part of the world. The next visit, we're going to visit Brazil, and not just Brazil, because unlike a lot of music that came from Brazil to the United States, like, let's name some. Like who? Yes, that's a great artist. Yes, absolutely. But I was thinking of different styles. It kind of filtered in with Girl of Ipanema back in the 50s. Any guesses what style I'm referring to? I heard it, Bossa Nova, right? And another style that's pretty famous here in the US and around the world is the samba. So today we decided to surprise you. We're going to save some samba for later, but right now we're going to take you to meet Dona Onichi. And Dona Onichi is a very unique artist. She lives in the Amazon part of Brazil, and it's a region that doesn't actually feature samba and bossa nova. So Brazil has so many different states in it, and the amount of styles of music that you have here is limitless. A very cool style that Dona Onichi is featuring is called carimbo.
Okay, see if I remember. So Dona Onichi is from the mouth of the Amazon. That's where she's born, the Para region of Brazil. That's the opening of the Amazon River. And she loved her culture so much that she had her own business teaching people about her culture. She was a historian, and I believe she was found in her 70s, right? Late. Let's see how old she is now. So she was found very late in life, and what else can I tell you? I'll tell you about the carimbo. It's three things. So it's a style of music. That's what it sounds like. It's a beat or a feel, but it's also a drum. Okay. It's a hollowed out tree trunk with a skin on it that they actually sort of sit on, as big as a bass drum, and they hit it. And it's also a dance, a couple's dance, where, let's see, a woman has a long flowing skirt, and she comes out, dances in a very slow tempo, dropping a kerchief, and the male has to pick up the kerchief using only his teeth. So you may have seen that, I don't know, on YouTube or something, but I think you're really going to enjoy this song.
So this is called Numero de Pichiu, in the middle of a place called Pichiu in the Amazon. And this will be sung in Brazilian and Portuguese.
Causando maiores na louca do coração, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo. Cantar carimbo, la nostra melodía, urubu sorprendiendo el ego de poder. Parece que vai chover, parece que vai chover. Depois que a chuva passar, vou catar carimbo pra comer. No meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo, no meio do vídeo. at a glance. All right. Now we're going to go to a song that is actually in the language that I speak. We're going to Spanish, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Portuguese is rough on me. But our next song, we're going to take you all the way to the other side of the world, which is where I'm from. And actually, they are exactly half the way the world around. So they're 12 hours. It's like almost 7 p.m. here. It's 7 a.m. over there. So this one is an arrangement that I did of an oral chant. And a lot of the music from the Philippines and the indigenous people are usually passed on through oral traditions. So the nature of oral traditions, it's not concrete. They evolve with the people. This particular chant is from the northern mountainous region of the Philippines, where there's a warrior tribe. And I actually was there recently, and I got my first traditional tattoo, which has like the thorn and the soot. But what's special about this tribe is, as you know, the Philippines was colonized, but this tribe, because they were warriors and they were in the mountains, they were able to preserve their culture and fight back. And yeah. So this one is called Sali Dumay. It's a prayer chant. It's about giving thanks for the things that we have. Kalikasan, nature, kayamanan, wealth, kabuhayan or livelihood, kagandahan, beauty. Just these simple things that is universal. And in the beginning, I'm going to ask you all to help us create the soundscape of a forest. Right. So, these sounds that will help us transport to that place.
you back more. All right, we're gonna take you back to the States, and actually back in time. So Grace Nono is a contemporary composer, and the next composer is someone who's no longer with us, but is very much with us in spirit. Anyone here in this room likes jazz? I assume, right? Women in world jazz. Why would you come? So, how many of you heard of Lil Hardin? That's to be expected. That's why we're here. So, Lil Hardin. What if I say Lil Hardin Armstrong? So now we have some, now the coin's dropping, and who is she? So she, of course, as you can tell from the name, was married to the very famous saxophone Louis Armstrong, the great trumpet player who turned vocalist at some point in his career. Of course, he recorded the amazing and legendary sessions called the Hot 5 and the Hot 7. And guess who played piano? Lil Hardin, right? So her role in his life is much, much bigger than most people know. Lil Hardin was, she was a very, very well-trained musician. She went to conservatory, she was very knowledgeable in music, and she was hired by a publishing company in Chicago. Even as a youngster, I don't think she was even 20 at the time. I think she was somewhere between 16 and 20. She was hired to demonstrate music for customers. So back then, of course, you couldn't hear, there was no DJ, no playlist, no all of the things that we're so used to. If you wanted to get to know new music, you went to the publishing store. And there'll be homegrown piano or resident piano that will demonstrate the new music for you. That's why so much of the music of Scott Joplin got famous, because there were amazing virtuoso pianists to demonstrate, and everybody wanted to play like that. Lil Hardin worked in a store like this, and one day comes in King Oliver. King Oliver was a cornet player, trumpet player from New Orleans. He had a famous band at the time. He was one of the leading artists, early jazz, and he heard her and he hired her to play in his band. Later on, he hired another up-and-coming musician, Louis Armstrong. Lil and Louis met at King Oliver's band, and they fell in love. But more importantly, Lil convinced Louis to leave King Oliver and start his own band, because she believed that he's undermining himself playing second cornet to the great King Oliver, and she believed in his ability. So he listened to her, and that's how you have that's how the Hot 5 and the Hot 7 was born. So Lil Armstrong did a lot more, not just playing on those legendary sessions, but she led her own big band, all women big band. Okay, she lived to be, well, I can't recall the age, so I'm not going to say it, but unfortunately she passed very, very soon after Louis Armstrong. She was hired to come and play his memorial service, and she passed having a heart attack right on stage. So although, yeah, I know it's a very tragic story, and although they were separated, they were still very close in their time. So we're going to play a song called Dropping Shacks that was recorded on the first Hot 5 session. And Dropping Shacks, if you look it up in YouTube, you'll hear a little verse from Louis Armstrong singing, like, why are you bringing all this mischief here? And it kind of tells you a little bit about their relationship at the time. But today we will feature Miara on saxophone. She's part of our project called Women in World Jazz Junior, and that means that we're going and educating the young musician, and they educating us right in return and playing with us. We're playing Dropping Shacks. It's early jazz. It's really fun. You can snap your fingers, tap your toes, okay? And you're going to hear a little solo. And when you hear solo in jazz music, we usually clap after those individual solos. So feel free to clap very shortly, and we're going to go into something else. All right, Dropping Shacks. we're going to feature our pianist first in honor of Lil Harvey. Early jazz is a little harder. Okay, buckle your seatbelts because we're going to get some mileage. I'm going to take you over the Atlantic, all the way to Asia, next to the shore of the Mediterranean Sea, to where I'm hailing from. I was born in Israel, and today we're bringing a song that I grew up with that means a lot to me because it's a song that talks about hope for a better year. Od tir'eh, kama tov yeh, you will see how good it will be, bashana haba'ah, next year. And this is very relevant as always. It was a song that was written in the 70s and is still very popular in Israel. The song is written by a dynamic duo called Nuit Hirsch and Ehud Mano. Nuit Hirsch wrote over 600 songs in her career. She's a contemporary composer and songwriter. She wrote songs for almost every occasion and every type of music, and you can name theater, children music, movies, film score, music for the holidays. You might recognize a song called Hevenu Shalom Alechem. You might recognize that one, that's hers. בשנה הבאה was co-written with Ehud Manor, who wrote the lyrics. They wrote many, many songs together, and he's a seasoned lyricist in Israel. Ehud Manor wrote this song about hope, and he was remembering his household in his childhood years when they were sitting in the village on their porch, watching the birds migrating in the sky, and the kids playing in the fields. So fond memories, nostalgia for a past that no longer exists, unfortunately. But we will bring you some upbeats, and we would love to have 2 volunteers to come and shake some shakers with us. So we kind of eyeing the younger crowd, but if someone that feels young at heart want to come and shake some shakers with us, we would love to have them. We only take 2 for this song, but we promise that you'll get a chance to all play later. So, do we have a couple of volunteers? Okay, we get a first volunteer. Come here, sweetie, and pick whatever shaker you like. We need one more brave volunteer. It's a very easy job. You're gonna love it. Diane is playing that drum, and all you gotta do is, there's another volunteer. All right, so a little crash course in shaking. I'm gonna pick up a shaker and show you guys. Okay, back shake, forth and back shake, forth and back and forth and back and forth and back. Yeah, good job. And you're trying to be together. Listen to each other and see if you can work as one unit. Very nice. Yes. Okay. The motion really doesn't matter if you go back and forth and back, as long as you're together. I'm going to make a quick switch. So this song is going to be sang mostly in Hebrew, but you're going to have a little surprise, and we'll let you figure out what's going on towards the end of the song. Okay? So. Okay, so we're gonna leave Israel behind and go back to, where are we next? Let's see. I need a map. What? Something for Grace. So we're back in the States, and we'd like to invite also Alisa Yasuhara. Alisa Yasuhara is one of our loyal and also one of the newest members of Women in World Jazz Junior. We're so happy she's here with us. Let's give it to Alisa.
Do you remember that other song that we played at the beginning?
Yeah.
The Latin one? So this next song has a Latin component. It's an American composer. You're going to hear about her from Rika in a second. But as Rika's getting ready with our juniors, I'd love us to do a little percussion workshop, okay? So we're going to do this. Hi there. That's you guys. Let's try it. So I'm going to stop and then we come again, okay? Hi there, and you guys want to do how are you? All right? How are you? It's very memorable, right? If we got these lyrics, we'll remember the rhythm. These are called clavicstics, and what you're clapping right now is called the clave rhythm. So let's try it. How there, how are you? How there, how are you? How there, how are you? Good. Now see if you can say the hi there, how are you inwardly and just clap and it will be perfect. So you're going to hear this rhythm.
Okay,
I
so
don't know when are they going to hear this rhythm? Nobody's going to show you how to do this rhythm. So I'm just going to trust you that you can do it. All right.
I can show.
Yeah, you can show.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let me tell you about our next the violinist actually, the jazz violinist. Her name is Regina Carter, and we're going to play one of her earlier songs, Something for Grace. But Regina Carter was born in Detroit, and she, as a young kid, she studied with a Suzuki. Do you know Suzuki books? Everybody studies Suzuki, right? And so she studied with that, and then she went from book 1 through 10. Book 1 is like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Book 10 is a Mozart concerto. So she went through all these, but then she found her love in jazz as a high school student. She continued her classical study actually in Boston, New England Conservatory, but during the conservatory time she decided her mind to, go to the jazz. But then she didn't have any books, like method books or nothing, like not book 1 to 10, to follow. So she had to improvise her own way of playing jazz. One of the very unique idea that I thought is that she sat in a big band. And big band, as you may know, is a very traditional jazz kind of big orchestra with 5 saxes, 4 trombones, 4 trumpets, and 4 rhythm section with no violin, right, usually. But then she sat in right next to the saxophone section and then played along with it. And that's how she started to learn the jazz. And she also studied with a jazz trumpet teacher, So a very unique and very improvised way of studying. And she's very versatile player, so she not only plays jazz, but so many different styles. And this song, Something for Grace, is incorporating that different type of music. One is sort of like a samba-ish almost, Latin music. We put in some reggae too, and then I hope you feel the difference. And then that clave rhythm, right? This rhythm happens throughout the piece pretty much, but especially for the solos, I'll cue you for that. We are very lucky to have 2 violinists today, young violinists, to play Regina Carter's song. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. Hi there, how are you? Yes, let's start. You guys start. We're going to get there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. just for your information, what you heard was the exact note by note of a very, very long solo played by Regina. Check her out. And Miara learned this whole thing, okay? So this is. Alright, so we're going to take you back to Asia.
Okay, and Rivka will tell you about the next composer. Very, very interesting composer we have. Now here's a question from before. Do you remember when we sang Passional Ba'a and I said that they're going to be like a little surprise language? Anybody picked up on the surprise language? If you're of that culture, you're not allowed to answer. Anyone? No. Okay, so we will tell you. That wasn't Hebrew. So apparently Passional Ba'a was made famous all over the world and translated to 7 languages that we know of, including Japanese. So Ririka, who was born in Japan, told us that she found Passional Ba'a in Japanese and she taught us to sing it in Japanese. Now we're going to feature a song that actually comes from Japan, and Ririka will tell you about the amazing composer.
Okay, so her name is Misha, and she's totally Japanese. And she's in her 40s, I think, mid-40s or something. She's very, very active and leading the Japanese music scene right now. She has like huge range in her voice, from the low. I can only sing like 1 octave and a few notes, that's my range. But she has 5 octaves, so it's like, I can imagine. One of the example I don't know if you can see, maybe you would know, that the children probably know the movie Sing. Do you remember the Sing? Yeah. So in Japanese version, Misha was Mina. Do you remember Mina, the shy elephant girl? She loved singing, but she was so shy. And then at the end, she just made a stunning performance. And that's what Misha did for the Japanese version. So our song is called Maware Maware. That means going around and around the world to bring the peace. And what else? Yeah, so we are going to start with a motion. This is definitely an audience participation. I would love you to do this motion with us, probably throughout the piece. That would be amazing. And we're gonna also do in the middle call and response, saying hello in different languages. So I hope you join us on that one. All right, so it's gonna be shoulder, shoulder, knee, and then clap. So it's gonna be, let's see. Da, 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 da. Shoulder, shoulder, knee. I can do this with my instrument. Shoulder, shoulder, knee.
We need a couple of volunteers for this for this group, and a couple of volunteers for this group.
All right, let's see it. We got a little surprise. We're going. So, raise your hand if you're willing to stand in front and just know what to do. Repeat volunteers number 2. How about a mom and a kid? Get it? Repeat volunteers. Okay,
暮らす僕らが一つになりならす音には力があるという子供たちが集い向かい合う美しい世界涙悲しみ争いなどもいらない世界中みんなこらこんにちはちゃんも変われ変われ Everyone everybody that day all of you California my brothers and sisters everyone around that dayこんにちはちゃんも変われ変われ Everyone around that 丸い世界がものすべてがつながっている共に受ける風と太陽雨星月明かり誰かが誰かを思うことでつながる幸せ君の思う幸せが太陽が輝く世界で共に生きるジャリジャリでほらこんにちはちゃんも回れ回れ Everyone aroundほらボンジュールサワボーナ My brothers and sisters Everyone around the world Everyone around the Everybody get up, put your hands together, bring the beat forever. Hey, everybody get up, put your hands together, bring the beat forever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody get up, put your hands together, bring the beat forever. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody get up, put your hands together, every day, every day. Let's all learn to say hello around the world. All right. So we're going to start with Israel today. There are two languages, main languages spoken there. One is Hebrew. Please repeat after me. Shalom. 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 In Arabic, here we go. Salam. 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 Thank you very much, you guys. Sound like native speakers. Right.
In Tagalog, we say kamusta. Kamusta.
Kamusta.
Kamusta.
Kamusta.
In Thailand, they say sawadi.
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 In Russian,
so we are very aware that we're going a little over. We want to ask Jessie if we can do one more song. Is Jessie around?
Sounds great.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so we're gonna finish or conclude our show today with a song called Calypso of Hope. This is a song that will feature anyone who'd like to play shakers. So to start the shakers going, I need a volunteer to pass the shakers. It's a basket. We're gonna pass. There's not enough shakers for everybody. So if you really, really want to have the shaker, come forward. So, Calypso of Hope is an original song I wrote together with my colleague Deborah Rocha, who wrote the lyrics. It is a song that I wrote in 2008, surprisingly and ironically maybe, just for the election of 2008, and here we are, close to another election cycle. It is talking about how we can bring a better world together. And there is a part in this for you, and it goes like this. Clap your hands. Everybody repeat after me. Clap your hands. And you can actually sing and do the next one. Jump for joy. Jump for joy. I think I lost my pitch.
Clap your hands, take a stand, jump for joy.
But we're going to reverse it. It's clap your hand, jump for joy, take a stand, everybody, and lift your voice. Okay? So let's do it. Can we just do the bridge together so it'll be easier for me? Clap your hands. Try it. Ready, go. Clap your hands, jump for joy, take a this is it. Okay. Excellent. So we got a calypso, and at some point you're going to hear us introducing everybody in this wonderful band. I'm so lucky I'm playing with this amazing roster and a couple of guests today. So you guys get to appreciate them in a second. But let's get the shakers going first. Diane, take it away.
And on saxophone right now, but before violin and flute, Niara Tokushige.
We also want to thank Scituate Library for inviting us here, and the friends of the library that made it possible. And thank you so much, Jesse. We're so lucky to play for this community. And we got our friends from the cable TV in the back. Let's give them a clap too, because more of the friends will be able to see this show. And last but not least, big clap for yourself and all of our volunteers and takers. Ready to clap your hands? Let's sing together. Clap your hands. Clap. Take a step. Let your We forgot our shameless plug. If you guys like us, go to Facebook and tell all your friends about this project, okay? We're going to be in Wakefield Library tomorrow, outdoors concert, and we're going to be later on in Boston under the Zoomix summer concert on the 26th of July. We hope to see some of you or your friends.